Good evening and welcome back to Black Death's Gaming Lounge. My name is Black Death and here we are on a beautiful Saturday evening getting ready to get it on here in Minecraft for another epic session of chilled gaming, playing this awesome game on this awesome village we've built. So, a good evening to Black Screen Bliss, to Mill and to Endo. It is good to see everybody here. How's everybody doing? And I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and followers. We had a epic chill session last night, and I am looking to have an even better one tonight. So if you are into Minecraft and you want to come and take on the challenge of building according to the theme as the challenge and the multiple biomes we have set up, then this is the place for you. Otherwise, if you are into more crazy stuff when it comes to the build, there will be a stream next Friday evening, which will be a free-for-all build. So, yeah, get ready for an epic session. Here we go. And yes, we are joined by Helgi, so you may hear a little bit of snoring on the microphone as she is laying right underneath it, so it will pick up as I talk. Hey, Helgs. So let's kick it off and talk about what is going on in our beautiful village. So, for those who haven't seen it, there's our apartment block that needs to be slightly retrofitted and continued on with its modification and building. Out this side, which is the new part of our build, which we are only starting to work on, is up here and up here. This is all part of the bamboo zone. So this area will be developed. There's a few people here who is actually working on this, with Frost being the main person here that is actually working on it. I've started last night already chopping and planting the bamboo forest so we can get enough of the bamboo blocks and bamboo planks. Plus, yeah, I did a little decoration around there. I still need to fix it up and finish it up, actually, because it's not all the way there. I want to do the little stair things on top, as you can see, so that you have the completion of the thing, because at this moment it just looks a little lame, but I didn't have anything. Sit on the couch away from it, so I just type in chat some response, so in a quick chat. Fair enough. So yeah, we'll just go back to this side. We're actually working on this zone, and we actually started, or I started last night. I think we were talking about bubblegum flavored toothpaste last night when I was busy doing this. Hey, Acid, how are you doing? Welcome back to another epic session. And again, before I forget, Acid, thank you so much for purchasing that membership and for the donation you made last night on the channel. Those things go a very, very long way to keeping me on the air, so thank you very much. So, yes, this zone here should probably just run the length and breadth of it from this cut river here, which will be actually removed at some point, basically down out this way to the face of this beautiful hill, and possibly some of the hill too, covering this area down to the river, and it will just go all the way around this way. So let's go around and keep running. And yeah, I've got a lot of things to talk about. I had a excellent day out, and I would love to share some of the stories with everybody, so yeah. we will talk about those. So all the way down to where I've built this broken fence line, this will all be part of the desert biome. So this is the zone where we will convert the area. What I'm thinking is basically stripping the mud layer off, like one soil, and for each block of soil we put one block of sand. I don't know if we have quite this much. I'm not going to lie. I think this much is going to be too much, but yeah. Mole lagging, my FPS is dead. Maybe an issue with your internet connection tonight, man. But yes, other than the sort of silly things, every other block will basically be a one-to-one replacement. Plus maybe some repairs here, you know. I'll be back in a few. No, Mel, we're not starting with stuff like that. We had this conversation last night. If you want to be on the server, you can join one of the community projects. So, yeah, that minus that little hole we have there in the back that we need to fix up and fill. Yeah, I think it's going to look pretty good, and it's going to look pretty spectacular once it's all obviously lit up. This is going to be all sand. I think some of this hill needs to be sand. I still don't know. Might even do like sand and then a layer of a mesa embedded in there as well. So that's what I'm thinking. I think it'll look really good. I was looking at other areas for it, and on that side could also be a spot, and this might be designated to something else. If we run on the rail rather than ride it out, we'll show you once we get to the rooftop. While I'm holding onto my special cart here. Yeah, it's just going to be a little faster to get elevated all the way up into the roof zone and the current tallest part of the build. Cart is gone. I think there was a there's a villager who was riding the cart, so makes it a little difficult. But nonetheless, let's jump onto the roof. The other zone that I thought about was out this side. JZ7, can people join? Yes, of course they can, and welcome to the Game Lounge. It is good to have you here with us. So, yeah, like as I said, if I just get you a name tag, and then you are welcome to come and join this very peaceful build that we are doing. So, we will explain the rules and the challenges we have set up within this particular world once you get in. Like I said, for those people who are more interested for playing purposes but have the freedom to build whatever, wherever, there will be a stream Friday night with next week that will be specifically for those purposes. But coming back to this one, what we are going to, but the other place I looked at doing this possibly is this zone out here, extending around to convert that into the sand area. Not sure how I feel about it, but that is sort of another zone, basically from the fence line all the way around to where the trees are, and you see the candles dotting down there. There actually needs to be a fence that goes down there so we just stop things from crawling in. Still need to do the waterways down there and a little bit more lighting so that the zone can be secured from the general monstrosities rolling in to blow us up. My game tag is GoatZ7Z. Awesome. Let me add you there, friend. And how are you doing tonight? Anyway, good to have you here with us. That is awesome. Give that a second to get around and load up. Because I find that here on Xbox it does get a little wild. So there you go, you're right at the top. Beautiful. Sometimes it adds people at the bottom, sometimes at the top, so yeah. But continuing on with that little discussion, that zone still needs to be done. I will work a little more on the railway so that we can have that done. And down this area then, basically from the trees out on these lit hills, that and that is actually two separate parts. There's a hill there. That water goes fine there. Just plant cherry blossoms. There's still a little bit of space for cherry blossom planting. So, yeah, wild times. And yeah, Jay, welcome to the village. You should be down there somewhere, I assume. Yeah, so feel free to come over to this side of the bridge and you can grab yourself an apartment on all but the level 1, which has got a few projects for obviously all the villagers that we have around here. But feel free to jump into any of the other ones to set up a living area, or at this point you can build in the village something in accordance with that biome and style. So just look at the other houses and copy it. Or you can come down to this side, down that end where there's a few houses set up in the cherry blossom biome. So if you want to build in that style, it is available there. Otherwise, you will notice in the giant wall behind you, there is quite a few holes drilled in there. So feel free to drill a hole into the thing and set yourself up there for a cozy little hole. All I ask is no building on top, because that is a designated memorial site, which is a future planned project. There will also later be a bamboo zone, but that one is still in very early constructions, and I need to talk to Frosty about that one again to see exactly what is going on, so that I don't really step on the main design aspect that he's working on there. Otherwise, yeah, it's peaceful here, so just no grieving, no killing, no stealing, all the fun things one can suffer on a Minecraft server. So if we keep it to the peaceful side, it's all good. And yeah, there will be other streams where the rules will be basically non-existent, shall we say. The challenge is to survive, not to follow the bold guides. But yes, people, let's look at this rail and actually work on it a little further. For those who were here last night, thank you. It was an epic stream. We had one of the best times. And a very busy stream again, so yeah, very, very awesome. But, I actually need to go back to that one. Yes, I know, I just basically bailed out mid-go here, but I have a very good reason for that, and that is to... We found some more of this last night along the rail, so somebody's house. Somewhere I found it, and I have now attached it. I'm just trying to, yeah, modify this out and finish it. Should actually be on the side too. And yeah, Jay, if you're in need of something to do to help the community, we can always do with some mining, some farming. There is also a lot of stuff around, especially the bamboo village, basically chopping down and collecting bamboo, as we are still in early days with that development. But yeah, the amounts of stuff that you need to actually successfully build the stuff kind of got away from me. I'm not going to lie. Because, yeah, I spent last night, I'll show you the box that I used to build from, and really how little we actually got for that whole night's work. But it is there, so when the main people building there will come back, they have the resources to instantly get on with the fun part of building. Ooh. I think this was just part of my test track here. Kind of crazy. So let's just continue on this. Beautiful, that is there. But this needs to come basically need to go this way from. Nice. I just brush my teeth with this new Indian is so strong. Whoa. That is not quite like the good old bubblegum toothpaste, is it? Yeah, I've actually tried some of this stuff. Which I was buying spice and I saw the other stuff there. So it's like, well, worth a try, right? And yeah, it's kind of, it's nice, very spicy, but it's very good. The Ender Dragon being defeated. No, Z, we are not focusing on the Ender Dragon at this point, so there will be, at some future point, we will look at that. This world is really more focused on just building. It's not so much focus on all the end game aspects that a lot of people focus on. Hey K9, welcome back to the Game Lounge. It's good to see you here. How are you doing tonight? Okay, so let's get this track strapped up this way. I will reduce this area a little bit. Not something that I really like doing a lot. I like to basically leave things as is or work around it, but this needs a little bit of modification just to make it work. Actually, I don't want to spoil that zone, so I'm just going to have that there, have this here, and then have this basically on high, maybe. Should I break the cardinal rule and just build on the ground? Otherwise, I'll just build on these little tracks that come through here. It's more just you can basically ride around this zone without getting stopped by stuff, because the endpoint would basically build to there. They usually don't build on the ground, but I think this might actually interfere with the zone. So what I'll do to keep with the look that we're going for. Wait, fell for the ground there. Is just to add this in here. Okay, there we go. Nice. Have these. Ooh. Okay. My fast ball technique has severely failed on one. But yeah, I hope everybody's been having a great day. I've had a really fun day. First time in many years, I went to a book fest, and yeah, it was absolutely great. spent hours there looking at all the books. Didn't even properly get to look at everything because it's just way too much, and it just kind of blows your mind when you look at all the books, by the way. So, you know, got a bunch. Didn't even get a chance to go through them all this afternoon. I was actually sitting before the stream reading some of the books because, yeah, at the fest, you want to look at all the books. You want to just go look at all the new stuff. So often when you're looking at one thing, they're coming out and going, oh, here's more books. And it's like, that's, actually blowing my mind here. I can just hold up a minute with all the books. So it was really good fun. I have the slight weirdness here. Do I need this one here? I like that one. I actually want. Yeah, that's really what I was thinking. Break that one as well. That works perfectly. But yeah, one of the things I do like looking, reading, and somewhat collecting. I've got a small library going. Is cookbooks and books about herbal medicines and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, found a whole bunch of these school books everywhere. So that was really fun. So I'll put this here. I have to have some sort of button system linking this up, but we'll worry about that a little later. That'll do for now. This at least gets it to here. I don't need that button. We don't have wood on me. But nonetheless, well, some really good books. Obviously, I'm not in America, so I have actually found a cookbook from Texas. I was very, very happy to find that one. Amazing recipes in there to go through, so yeah, I can actually make food American style because, yeah, we don't see a lot of those types of cookbooks here, like, ever. So finding them is pretty special, to be honest. I want to do something here, but I don't quite know what. I'm going to have a log. So yeah, lots of recipes in this book too. Guys in Texas, damn, you guys do eat good. I saw the recipes in there, I'm like, just sitting there going, well, I haven't had dinner yet, and I'm definitely feeling it now. But yes, I found a few books from all over. I don't want that either. I need a little piece of one of these trees. Where's that one? Oh, I actually need one of the little pieces of this tree. Thank you, guys. Just for now, till a more permanent solution is erected here. Literally, have it sideways. Okay, go. Ooh, weird delays and lags on this thing. Sure, what's going on? Yes, it's very strange. Maybe if I build it into that thing? That's the way to do it? There we go, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Got bad hiccups. Oh, that sucks, man. What was the favorite one that I used to do? Think, like, clear your mind completely and utterly of everything, and imagine in your mind and 100% focus on it, a pink golf ball. Works a charm. Usually only once, but it does work. Yeah, I can ride the rail back this way. Yeah, no, I can't even remember where I came up with that from, but it actually worked. I had somebody say, oh, it could never work, and then they did it, and they're like, well, it actually worked. I'm like, yeah, no, it's weird. Really weird. Shouldn't work, but it does. Just like the mentioned, well, my Welsh. Really, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to hit you. But yeah, just going through the cookbooks, man. It's just so much cool things to read, and yeah, especially that Texas one. Lots of good stories about where they got some of the recipes, stories attached to the recipes, or just legends around where some of the stuff started, and it is really interesting. Like a nice bit of trivia and history mixed into just a cookbook, and it's done in a perfect way. It's not like it's too much or just weird. It's actually quite nice. So let's put some of the stuff away for now, because that rail is now mostly connected. We will need to do some more rail work a little later, but we need to go back and start harvesting. It's all back here as well. We need to go back and start harvesting the stuff on the other side again. So that can stay there for the future. The torchlights can come with me because there's always a need for more of that. And the rail carts can just go back in the rail cart chest. Yeah, there we go. Everybody is online. So yeah. Hey, Strawberry, how are you doing? It's good to have you back here on the Game Lounge again. Just telling people I found a cookbook based on Texas recipes, my friend. And I was extremely happy to find it, and I thought of you. So, if you have something that's your favorite, maybe I can find it in the book and make something like it. Yeah, it's actually nice just to tour through the village, see how it all looks. I'm missing one of our flags again, strangely enough. But yeah, looking very happy here in the village. We'll need to get the cherry blossoms growing a little better, a little more, but you can't get them too close because they don't like being super dense. I think that's what I really like, is the canopies are really dense, but the undergrowth is actually very open. How'd the fair go? Oh man, the fair was just hours and hours of awesome, and I am feeling a little bit worn out from it. But yes, it was 2 halls and a convention center, and they basically split it up into quality books and the $2.50 zone. So the quality zone was basically, or that hall, because there were 2 halls that they opened up in the middle, so you can actually see the 2. But that was books that looked almost brand new. They're all secondhand books because it's by one of the large charity organizations here in Australia called Lifeline, who do amazing work. But it was by them. So that was the more expensive stuff. They had all the types of books, which I'll talk about soon. They also had rare and collectible books, and then they had some really extraordinary books that people have donated stuff. I think the one that I was talking to one of the guys who worked there, and it was $600 for these 3 tomes, but it was about Richard the Third. Sorry, I'm not too up to date with all the historical kings of England, but there was actually books from 18 something. He told me, but it was very noisy and it was hard to hear him. So, yeah, they had stuff like that. Lots of war stuff. They had a whole section that was all anime, comic books, collectibles. I didn't even go in. There was only this tiny little area that you had to separately go into, but it was absolutely packed. We got there half an hour before the doors opened to the convention center. Parked up and we're like, oh, this is nice, you know. We've got a fair amount of room and everything was, you know, nothing nothing concerning and it looked not busy. And then we got into the convention center because it was like one flight of stairs you go up. And there was probably, and because the two halls had separate entrances, for the hall we went into first, which was the quality book section, there must have been about 300 people standing there already, waiting to get into that building. And we're standing there going, oh, I think we may have come a little late. But we all got in. The hall was absolutely massive. We were all in there and it looked kind of quiet at first because there was still hundreds of people piling up as we stood there. There was just pile upon pile upon pile of people actually looping around to get in. But yeah, man, oh, books everywhere. Like I said, I went after the cookbooks. That was something I was looking at. Um, Looked at hobby books. Looked at preserving books because I quite like doing that in my spare time. So for those who's on my channel, who's maybe new or people who've just joined in tonight, welcome. Yeah, I do collect that sort of stuff. I really do enjoy it. I do make as much food as I can. And I found a lot of good books, a lot of interesting books. But there are so many things that you kind of, you always like walk past somebody else. Because, you know, as people are taking stuff, the organizers and volunteers are walking basically behind you and they're just loading up more books as one thing goes out, they load up another trolley and then walk out there and stack stuff in. So, yeah, you sometimes walk past somebody and they they look at your books, you look at their books, you're like, damn, if only I could got on that book, it would have been really good. But yeah, it was actually really nice. Everybody was just really in the spirit of having a good time buying books. Because I've been sometimes to where some of these fairs and stuff, people get a little crazy, you know. Hey, Flame, it's good to see you, man. Welcome back to the game lounge. But sometimes at these fairs, people get a little besides themselves. But everybody was very chill and relaxed. Even there was a lot of people who was buying for shops and for reselling. I spoke to one guy about a set of books that he had. I was quite interested in to see if I could maybe con him out of swapping one of his books for my books, but it didn't go that way. But yeah, he had. Well, I had a trolley of books. My wife had a trolley of books, and this dude had a very large trolley that he loaded with books, and he was adding a smaller trolley to actually cart more stuff. And but yeah, even they were pretty friendly. It was, yeah, man, it was really good. I'm definitely gonna go back next year. So, for those wondering, if you are in Brisbane, Australia, there is currently the book fair on. They are, well, they're actually still open for the next hour because they start at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday and they actually close only at 7 or 7:30 at night. So they're still there for an hour, but they will be there till Tuesday. So yeah, I would actually love to go back and see what new books they have tossed out. But yeah, there's a few times I saw that. There was definitely a lot of people who were buying for their personal libraries. And I spoke to a few other people Especially they had one section which was rare and collectible books. A lot of the books I would say is probably rare because they were a lot of books of the 1950s and probably a little earlier. Um, some of the books were in a little rough shape. I found a cookery book from 1950s. It was quite interesting. Wasn't a bad price. Little rough shape and not quite what I was looking for. I was actually looking for a Mrs. Beeton book. I did speak to one of the organizers there who dealt with the really, really expensive collectibles, but he said every time they would get a original Mrs. Beeton book from the 1850s, 60s, or the later ones from the 18XX range, um, yeah, they fly out the door. There's people literally queuing up to buy those things from them. But yeah, me and that guy got talking. So, but yeah, there was a lot of interesting people. I love the era cookbooks. Yeah, um, I did get lucky though. Um, I didn't find the original Mrs. Beeton books because I would love to have that, or the Australia Kookaburra Cookery book from 1892 is not what I'm looking for. And then there's the Miranda's cookbook, which is a one that was all about the Depression and the cooking that was done there with minimal resources. It's actually an amazing book how people used to do stuff and what they produced with that type of things. But I found a set of 5 smaller books which was reproductions and recipes basically um, of Mrs. Beeton's cookbooks. So they've been basically translated from the original books and slightly modernized so it's a bit easier to understand. But I did find this other cookbook. That's a little past the 1920s mark. It is a cookbook of medieval recipes that they put together. And it is amazing. It even shows you the recipes as it was originally written. And it's actually funny and surprising. Um, really sort of more of a comment on society where, these days a lot of people complain that people's way of spelling and pronouncing and using words is so incorrect according to the dictionaries, right? But if you look at these original cookbooks, these were written by monks and by monasteries and people in that age, and English wasn't standardized. And trying to read the original recipes is incredibly difficult because you have to basically sound out the word more than actually reading what it says because the words are just they sounded it out and then decided how they would write it. But that's cool. Mrs. Beaton, like historic. Yeah, Mrs. Beaton she was the authority on cookery and the well she I think her first book I read out that thing was released in 1861. So she then became the sort of household celebrity of things to do. Yeah, and also they had different names for food back then as well. Yes, that is also true. So between the interesting spelling and the different things that they refer to stuff, it is quite amazing that a lot of these books have been remade. I bought a book, I must be 7, 8 months ago once, and it was from a little collector bookshop, and it was recipes from the royal households in England, all the old kings and queens and the stuff that they made. But again, it has been luckily translated into modern day English so you can understand it. And the same with some of the ice cream recipes I have that's pre-1900s. A lot of them people have gone back and retested them because it's not even just the language, it's actually the whole measuring system. Like today we use a cup and a teaspoon and a tablespoon and a whatever. You know, it's a very precise measurement, even though they do differ from country to country. You will never be that far off, but back in the day, it was like this hidden knowledge that they didn't want to share with people, so you almost never knew exactly how much to use. It's kind of like you needed to know the handshake to understand. So yeah, understanding the old measurement is quite wild. But I came across one the other day, not quite that old, but a term that I used to hear back from my grandma, and that is stuff like using, you know how we have a cup, right? But they used to have like a teacup. I mean, like, what's a teacup size? Like, that was an actual understood measurement as a teacup. And you're like, well, I don't know what a teacup size is. What is the measurement for it? You know, so it was kind of wild. But it was definitely good. And Asset, welcome back to the fairy forest. It's good to have you here. So yeah, this odd. Like I said, I wanted to look at the anime, the manga, the cartoons, because I had a lot of cartoons. That was cool. I did see some other stuff which was very interesting, probably more to a lot of the people on my channel who's into the war type of stuff, which actually brings me to another story as well. Um, but yeah, they had sheet music. So for those that don't know, literally the is that if you can read music to tell you how to play a song from World War II. And earlier, I think it started at 1933 and went straight through the middle of World War II. And just seeing the art covers and stuff and sort of the propaganda around it was quite amazing. And beautiful artwork on it, but such a for those of you who are historians and into that, it was quite quite interesting to see that, especially not being behind, you know, a museum glass and literally for sale. And it wasn't expensive either. I think it was 50 cents to $1 for the sheet music, depending on what it was. Because I was measuring. Yeah, the old days, you just knew. I think a lot of cooking back in the day was you were trained, you know, like somebody in a family would teach you, so you didn't really need to be told. You just kind of know this is the rough amounts you used. But yeah, that was kind of interesting seeing the war stuff. But yeah, like I said, I spoke to an older guy there. He had trolley and he had a mountain of war books because there was a section on war literature that they were selling off, and yeah, he was loaded. He was ready to fill a small library. But yes, he apparently he was a vet, and he had quite a fascination and interest in war history and stuff, and he had a library. Trying to explain to me, I'm not exactly sure how big it was, but it sounded like he had a room that he had converted for the express purpose of just doing that. As I wish I could read sheet music. Yeah, that should be in a museum. I really do think the quality of it was very good. It wasn't molded or damaged or looked like it got sometimes looked like rust or bugs. And none of that. The stuff was near perfect, should I say. But yeah, my old friend I spoke to, it's just fun, people were all pretty chatty about what they were talking about or what they were collecting. It was just book people doing book things. It was actually nice to just see people sitting around the conference area, and at the back of each of the halls there was a cafe, and people just sitting in there reading. It was a really good place to be. Doggy, where you going? You're not. No, no, no. You can't go that way, puppy. You can sit there if you want. You look. Wait, no, not that way, Doodles. The dog slept a little funny. I think she doesn't know where she is. And I just collapsed there. This thing they must donate because they are in a rush to clear out. Yeah, I think a lot of that would be, and I assume with a lot of that sort of stuff, it would be, you know, an estate that got cleared out, and either there's no family to take over the property or the estates, and they just give it to charity to donate for people to then buy and move on. Or, yeah, people just move on, people aren't interested. Always interesting to think about the stories behind how a lot of those things end up there. Yeah, the sections that I didn't really go through was the reference stuff. Although there was a lot of interesting books, and there was actually a few types of books I would have looked for there. I think my head was at that stage just going wild, and we were still stuck in the first hall. Didn't even go to the second hall, and it was like 3 hours in. I looked at basically cooking, some of the gardening stuff, health, and hobbies, and actually went through the trolley of stuff that I collected, and yeah, just compared notes, decided what we wanted, didn't want, and then went back. Yeah, it was crazy, and it was excellent. But yeah, well, that old guy was just, yeah, converted a whole room, and he was collecting more books for it, and he found like all these great books. He said he was actually finding a hard time getting them, and they were the people who were selling them were generally pretty expensive. So he was a happy man to find all of them for a very good price. But yeah, very interesting stuff. One of the other things I also saw a lot of people went for, which I was kind of interested in, was fairy tales, the original fairy tales. Because I did see when I went to the front, they actually had uh, some of the original Winnie the Pooh, like first editions and stuff. But ooh, man, I think that was a one book, and I think it was $90. But the book I wouldn't say was really in a $90 condition, but I'm not a book collector, so maybe the book is worth thousands. And I was staring at something that I could not appreciate it for its true value. But yeah, it was definitely worth going. It was good. It's a long time. But yeah, I haven't even gone through all the books. I actually started going through the books this afternoon, and actually properly reading them and sniffing them out, and enjoying them for what they are. But I only got through one of the two bags that I ended up filling and bringing home. Some books definitely a lot better than I thought they were. Continue on tomorrow in peace and quiet and read through them. But yeah, there was also large sections where they had DVDs and stuff, but we wasn't really looking for much of that stuff, so I just kind of avoided it. Jeez. I want to chop these trees down, but I don't know which tree I'm really chopping down. What was your favorite find, Dave? Ooh. Well, I think my favorite find was something I've actually been looking for a long time, and it's very hard to find here in Australia. It's you only really find it these books in German, or you find it in America if you want it in English, but we don't get a lot of American books here. And it is a book or a recipe book for a Romatov. Those that don't know what a Romatov is, it is literally translated a Roman pot. It's these clay pots that I think in the 60s, 70s, and 80s they were super popular as a casserole dish. Um, but yeah, in other parts of the world, they were actually, I found out after many years, they were actually sold as Schlimmertoffs because for whatever reason they couldn't sell Romatovs outside of West Germany. But whatever the actual story is, I've found one of these books and I'm super stoked. I almost missed the thing. It's a little book. It's like a maybe like a big notepad size. um, but yeah, that was a cool find. That was a super rare find. Those books are really expensive because I always would have to import them because nobody here really sells them. And yeah, the import cost alone is worth more than what I want to pay for the book. So finding this little sucker was great, so I could make stuff in there. And yeah, cooking stuff in those clay pots is amazing. Although, yeah, every country around the world actually has their own style of clay pots. The Indians have a lot of it, their own styles. Um, yeah, every country and nation has something for it, so it's pretty cool. Oh man, I just try to go for all the stuff. Yeah, like I said, the DVDs and stuff, there's still a few things that I would have liked there, a few box sets that I would have liked, especially talking last night about Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that stuff. So, man, I would love to have that. We don't actually have Yu-Gi-Oh! So, it's kind of sitting there going, Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be fun. But that's enough of me straight rambling after a day of just being out there. Um, yeah, Strawberry, what have you been up to? And Acid, what is your day involved? The Helgi is gone. Didn't even notice a jump off. He's probably decided that my talking is keeping her up. No, no, this is not fun. See ya. See you later. Yeah, well, at least the outer area of our space sky demons, we need to go and have a nap. Time to nap. What's going on here, Acid? Assuming you're taking down the atrocity bolt here. Oh, what's going on? That is definitely not cherry planks. So I'll just chop these out. Not quite in theme with the zone, as per usual. Yeah, guys and gals, if you want to build in a particular zone, look at what's going on there and stick to the theme. That is what our challenge is for this one. And thank you, Hassel. But then it's time we go to bed so we can get rid of these sky demons. I was leaving you here. Yeah, the large amount of DVDs quickly rolled out, and I assume there was a lot of people again buying to sell, because I can't imagine somebody walking out there with what I assumed for some of that stuff was close to probably 100 DVDs. Some people had box sets and stuff as well, because there was box sets, but you know, you're talking a good amount of stuff around the area of people, one or two trolleys, or literally a big suitcase filled with stuff just walking out the door. So yeah, I think those people were buying to sell. There was a few of them. But yeah, like I said, I think that sort of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff would have been in that special separated off corner which you had to queue up to go into, but I didn't go in there. It was madness from when we got there till when we left. And yeah, again, I think probably about 8 out of 10 people who went in there was buying to collect. That was good. Got new neighbors though, who plays music at all hours. Oh, you gotta love those ones. No, assuming it's loud and obnoxious. Any music loud is obnoxious. But yeah, there was actually CDs as well, music CDs, but I didn't even go for that zone, so I've got no idea what. Was there a slime that just spawned in here? Because something sounded like it was spawning in here and struggling and dying. The work at 5 and a half music was playing inside my house. Damn. Hopefully they're just renting in your area and they can leave. That is so uncool. But yeah, there was CDs as well, and there was people who took away bundles, and I mean, like, I know they say on their thing, like, remember to bring your bag or your suitcase or, you know, your trolley, but people literally were bulk buying stuff. Jeez. Sorry to hear that. So, yeah. But yeah, the DVDs and stuff, and especially at Anime Korea, most of those people were buying stuff because you would see them go in there and they would have, like, they'll come out with, like, there was figurines still in boxes and stuff. They would come out with, like, 6 or 7 or 8 stuff. There was here and there you could see was people who was buying for their own collection or because they enjoyed it. And they would usually people for 1 or 2 type of thing. But yeah, most of the people came out just absolutely saturated with product. And a lot of them, yeah, I actually saw them. They literally buy the stuff, they sit in a corner and basically see how much it was worth. And that was definitely the deal with the books. A lot of people would just straight load up their trolley, massive amount, like 2 trolleys, and then put their stuff in the corner and go and get some more stuff. And then literally pull out each book and then be on eBay and on some of the other trading sites, instantly checking what the price of the books were compared to what they were being sold for. And that was all they were doing. They were just running a business. So, but I don't know. Fair enough. The all the money goes to a good cause anyway. So if they make a lot of cash running their own business, that's cool. I would like to do that too, but that is a lot of learning to know what's actually good value, what's not, what, how much you can sell for, how much you can't. My neighbors do that too, except it's Spanish music. Nice. Boy. Uh, Give me some more saplings. Yeah. Crazy, crazy times. What? You. Yeah, this coming back to Minecraft, actually just talking some craft here. Things are coming along nicely on this side, and I'm going to go back and deal with that bamboo thing. But yeah, after today's experience, I actually want to build a bamboo library. And the reason why I say bamboo library is obviously we build everything in the zone out of bamboo. But one of the cool things you can build with bamboo is the chiseled bookshelf, which you can then, which is one of the new things that came into the update with 1.2.0, and it's basically a bookshelf which you can only put on books from one side. It's not like the other bookshelves which you can see all the stuff. And then you can place books into the shelf, unlike the other ones, which is basically a pre-built thing. And then you can mess around with them to change them to, I think it's one of 5 different types, something like that. I'm probably slightly mistaken, but I've been up since 5:30 this morning, and it's 6:30 p.m. So day has gone on a little bit for me, so my brain may be a little slow on the uptake today. So you just have to apologize that one, but yeah. And it looks pretty cool. You can put your bookshelf down, and then you can mess with them to get the books in the shelf to look a certain way, and there's a bunch of them you can stack next to each other. So if you want a more of a unique look, then that would be the way to go. That's why I thought if we build a library, it would actually look really, really cool to have all that on there. Yeah, but boy, we get a different ways of meeting ideas. What's up? Rap gang stuff, no idea of their names. That early. Um, that's what a very loud, obnoxious alarm is for. But I was excited to go to the book fair, so that does help. Yeah, I think this place is pretty treed up at the moment, so nice little dead spot going on. We need to cut down some of these grasses and stuff just so it's nice and even. Have you ever tried to make a greenhouse, Steve? Well, well, well. Yes, I actually had a greenhouse up till recently that I had to take down, and I'm throwing it away. Not because I'm just wasting, but it was just one of the cheaper style greenhouses. And yeah, after a couple of years in the destructive Australian sun, it was just done for, and a lot of the piping, that all just basically, then the pipes and plastic connectors all rusted up. So I unfortunately had to take it down, but I would love to get a bit more sturdier greenhouse to get some more of my stuff going. But at the moment, a bunch of herbs and stuff growing in the garden, and a couple of veggies. I actually need to redo a lot of the stuff, as well as a fair few trees that I bought when I went, like our local hardware store. They, from time to time, I don't know why, they'll just basically take the old stock trees, which are perfectly fine, and then just discount them to nothing. So I've got, yeah, 2 different lemon trees, 2 different grapefruit trees, a dwarf lime, and a lemonade tree. The lemonade tree actually has 4 lemonades. It's almost ripe. Whoever it beats up everything. Yeah. The weather here kind of eats through its. Yeah, it kind of screwed it up a little bit, but I'll look for another one. It was really good to have, but Yeah, I actually today found something else, which is really cool. Coming back to this book because I think tonight everything is just gonna somehow, somewhere, gonna come back to the book fest. I actually got a book on hydroponics because that's another thing I've been kind of interested in. If I ever own my own house, that would be a cool thing to set up, like convert the garage or get a big shed outside and actually like do hydroponic growths for all my vegetables and stuff, because then you don't have to worry so much, especially with a lot of the new systems which you can um, power with solar panels and stuff. So it's a little easier on the pocket rather than paying the massive power bill. Plus all the new hydroponic light systems that I sort of look at it out of interest. Most of the stuff is LEDs now, so it's not the crazy old school bulbs, which, yeah, jeez. The price of running that stuff was amazing. But, yeah, that is really often. So, so we got tucked down. Yeah, it does actually work, and just keeping that humidity, and even here where it is very humid, a lot of the plants that I had in there really good well, especially my chilies, because I do have a large variety of chili seeds that I've purchased over the years for trying to cultivate. But yeah, I've got the big Jim chili, which is one of the world's longest chili, or biggest chilies. So I say not longest, that would be one of the snake chilies. But yeah, they actually prefer in summer when they really get going to be in the hot house, I call it the hot house, in the greenhouse, in that insane heat and humidity. Even though it is hot and insane outside of the thing, they still absolutely love it. So yeah, it would be nice to get another one. But yeah, there is a few places that I'm keeping an eye out, and yeah, we're now coming up in Australia to the end of financial year, so this is sort of the time here when they throw out the big specials. So eyeballs are wide aware of the stuff to see maybe you can snag a deal. Yeah, so we've done a little more here while I'm chatting away. We do need to do a little more, but I think for now this will be fine. I'll probably go to the other side and start working on the bamboo stuff again. I just want to... Oh, thank you for making pathways. It looks awesome. Drop of this stuff, so these guys can use it, or if somebody wants to do stuff on this thing, that it is there for them. It's just, is it me, or does it just look a little... Oh, here. Hey, Alfie. There you go. Yeah, hello. Trust me. The man is on visitor status. Ooh, not gonna be happy about that one. Not know what he has done. But if he's on there, that is bad. Glad I find some. I tried growing chilies and failed. Yeah, chilies is a... I have not unlocked the secret to that yet. I'm not gonna lie. I have had many... I've had many more failures than I've had success, and the ones that naturally respawn and grew, I'm too scared to even move them because I have made the thing... Well, I wouldn't call it a dumb decision because, you know, you buy a plant and you replant it when it's too big and whatnot. But I moved a chili that was doing very well. Pot was too small for it. And apparently they're extremely sensitive. And when I moved it, the thing basically decided that it had enough of me and let the chilies on the tree rot. and basically died back till the next year. So, yeah. That was not cool, but apparently I'm not alone in it. But the thing that I would love to learn to grow is mushrooms. I never tried to grow anything. I won't do well on the heat. So, but yeah, I really want to grow mushrooms. Um, I've bought some of the mushroom kits you can buy, but yeah, they are one thing that I have about every time. Buy them from different places, new ones, slightly older ones. All the stuff, you check for all the stuff that people tell you to check for, and they rot. Because apparently it was too hot, it was too dry, it was too wet. Where it was too dark, it didn't have enough airflow. Oh, it's a thousand problems. You think chilies are bad, like trying to get mushrooms to grow, I don't know. They drive me insane. So, yeah, would love to, but I would need to do some serious reading before I do. Ah, good. You guys have not managed to get into this zone again. I like that. Yeah. It's just one of those things you just want to do, but you're not sure when. When is it okay to just call it quits and not take on the challenge again? But, yeah. I would love to grow stuff like shiitakes and stuff. I quite like eating them. I have seen people that grow them like, oh, it's so easy, man. Once they start growing, it's just, you can't stop it. There's too much. And I'm like sitting there staring at them and go, oh, man, I bought a box of like standard mushrooms, which is supposed to be literally as easy as riding a bike to grow this stuff. And yeah, the box rots. Or the stuff just starts to spread and then it decides it doesn't want to play. Or I don't know. I really don't know. My thumbs, I don't know how green they are. I think some days they're just like death touching the plants and it makes me sad. But yeah. What am I? What does a dry heat feel like? What does dry heat feel like? How do I explain that one? Never felt it. It's kind of weird. I know humid heat feels like a wet blanket. That's what that always feels like to me. Dry heat, maybe like air out of a hairdryer. Then again, if you haven't been in dry heat, you blow drying your hair in wet heat, turn a blow dryer on, it probably wouldn't dry it up anyway. It feels light. That's what it feels like. And if you go into the shade or turn a fan on, then you actually start cooling down. Like, it's not that humid hug, hold you down. When I hear something, are you stuck, buddy? Don't look stuck. You just, like, there you go. Now you can go out the other way if you have to. I'm just not sure if that guy is actually stuck there or not. Yeah. That's what I need to finish tonight, is the... Looks good coming to mow this down now, because the bamboo is much taller. They're not at full length, but each one actually gives you more than one thing, so... a little more profitable to mow them down. Yeah, man, it's kind of a... When you feel it, it is very light. Doesn't stick to you. Nice. Dry heat, I don't mind. Except, yeah, everything feels like it just dries up on you. If you sweat, it just disappears. Unlike humidity where you sweat and it just... Yeah. You can literally get out of the shower when it's humid and not sure if it's sweat or just the water. That's like a some days here. You just get out of the shower and you stand and you're like, am I drying off water or am I drying off sweat? So, yeah. The humid weather is wild. That always, to me, personally feels like a wet blanket being wrapped around you. Really, buddy? Just busy there, my friend. Uh, planks. Planks. Should only need 4. On top of our bamboo raft. So let's slap it down some stuff here. And yes, I just want to say welcome to all the new people to the channel. It's awesome to have you all here. And yeah, if you haven't done so and you do enjoy the content, remember to leave those like, comments, and subs. Those really do help me out with the channel a lot, so it's very much appreciated. It's going to look okay from the front. That's probably the best we can go for. So, yes, thank you to all those new people. Awesome to have you here. But yeah, let's get back to this. We have this portal here. I would wonder where a library would be, because I think my man's trying to plan something there. It would be kind of cool to have a library on the island, but don't really want to step on any toes here yet. I think down here could be a cool spot for a library too. In this area that's down here, so. Ooh. That would be a lot of lava around here. It actually cool. Excuse me. To fuel all the furnaces we have. When I need to start making blocks again for the other stuff. This is really stupid dangerous. But yeah, I'm going to say this would be a library zone. I'm going to have to think about a building for a library. Something really cool and unique that will fit in with the style, although I'm not 100% sure what the style is here yet. But yeah, that needs to be there, so. Well, I would say that is probably enough. Bambooing for one night. So what I'm thinking as well tonight, got everything I basically need. Is I'm still on that magical hunt, right? For trials and for a sniffer egg. Now, I've not had a lot of luck. I have spent last week this time, I spent about 5.5 hours on that stream looking for sniffer eggs. Did not a single bloody thing. So, yeah. I do not know when or where we will find one, but I am very, very interested in trying to find one. See what it costs to repair my brush. Or if it's cheaper just to build a new one. I don't really tell. Because that can be kind of a problem. So, let's go back to my little workshop zone in the apartment block and start preparing. I don't know if we have any redstone powder left. One of the things we need is I need to improve the potions. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. There's a lot of you guys in here. And we've got enough mushrooms, we've got enough of that, and we have 0 mushroom, 0 redstone powder. Little problematic that one is. Here, enchant. Somebody stole the anvil. I think I know where that anvil is too. Unfortunately. Go recollect the workshop anvil. Things seem to like sprouting legs and floating off something. Sorry. And yeah, this is actually our show horse. We managed to actually find one and actually struck by lightning and turned into this, or whatever the complicated procedure is to have that happen. Oh. Guys, get you back in there, buddy. Ow. Come on, here you go. Sprinkles. I got the wrong thing there. Let's just try to get this thing back into its line without any further mayhem. Ooh, yeah. We covered him. Yeah. Got another horse there, so we're trying to have a full stable here. Yeah, we had a few malicious people actually went through that whole area and basically destroyed all the farm animals. So a lot of them they let out. The horses we collected, because we had a good selection of horses, they were all basically set free to go and run wild. And yeah, the ones that had horse armor and bloody blah, they were all gone as well. We'll see, look. And has been collecting literally everything he could get his hands on. I was hoping that he actually collected some of the redstone that's gone missing. That's right, I will take the stuff back to the central area for us to share these things out again. People are usually looking for this stuff. So I'll also go have a look there and see if I can get my hands on some redstone. Because it takes my night vision and water breathing potions from 3 minutes all the way up to 8 minutes. I couldn't remember that, and it was actually... There was one guy who was watching and was commenting through Xbox to me, and actually letting me know what all the formulas and stuff was. You know, it was really nice of him. You guys gonna stop playing with the door? I'm actually at the point where I'm thinking I'm gonna take these doors off, simply so that they can do their thing and not frustrate themselves, because they literally walk in here all the time and basically just mess around with the doors. You poor guys. No, redstone. It makes it look really cool, I will give you that. It does have a very cool look to it, but yes, the poor cretins in here get very cool. Like, every time I get closer to the door, I have to open or close it, and they sometimes get into these loops where they just get stuck. Like there, they just make a lot of noise. I'll take that one. Diamond horse armor can be here for when we actually need armor again. Good. But yeah, there's a fair few things in here that seems to constantly grow legs. Vince, can I join? Hello, buddy. Well, yes, you can join, but I'd like to know why so many stuff is being piled up in your house, man. This is a community build. This is not a self-sufficient, I need to hoard everything build, so. There we go. Actually, like to remove this. I can put that in there. A little more space for me to get through into the stone. Ah, beautiful. Let's get around and do some stuff here. Sweet. Okay, now we can start brewing again. Let's... Jeez. I'm gonna make some blaze powder as well. Slap the blaze powder in there. Although, burn a very, very small amount of blaze powder. And so much of a junk that it's going to throw out as well. But let's start with the water bottles, because that is the main focus on there. There you go. So we've got 3 water breathing potions, 8 minutes. 3, that is 3 minutes. So we'll just take the ones and slap them back here. Convert them out to higher ones. Interesting. Good too. Yeah, so now we've got 6 8-minute water breathing potions. Yeah, that's 6 should be enough. Let's grab these ones while we're at it. And then I need to grab 6 small bottles. Actually, grab 8. Oh, it should be 9 because it works in 3s. Hey, PG Ball, how you doing, man? Welcome back to the game lounge. It's good to see you. So, this way. Don't want to break or waste anything, so I'll just stockpile all of this stuff into one zone. Water. It just works quicker down here to do that. Go upstairs and do all the other stuff. Thunder sounds a little scary. Yeah, the thunder in this game can kind of catch you off guard a lot of times, and it has with me. Like, you go for an area and then you just kind of jump a little. Golden carrots. That's what I need, is golden carrots. I have enough gold. I'm gonna go get some carrots. That is what I need. I knew there was something I needed. Yeah, so the golden carrots are for the night vision potion. Can't remember what the procedure was for it. I think it was one liverwort, like the weak potion, then it was the night vision, and then it was redstone to double it up. The double story house I live in is like this. There's a shop at the bottom and a house on top. Oh, oh man. Okay, carrots, beautiful. Grab this up so we can replant the ones that I stripped out. Oh, I should only need to make 3. And I can strip out these potato plantations. Out. Sad to hear, man. Okay, cool. Done. I don't have that gold nuggets. I have the gold blocks, but I don't have the nuggets on me. Let's get ready, and then I need to find... That way there is a lot of maces. That maces would have the worms. And kind of keep that on mind when I'm doing stuff. Gold. Make. Box. Gold. Yeah, so break down so that I can... Oh wait, no, that side. Golden carrots. Oh wait, no, it's not golden carrots, it's... This it is. Yeah, cool. Generous today, but... Gonna let this... Ah, send good thoughts with him, my friend. Okay, that one's done. Carrot. And yeah, the gold I will mine those out of all the under the sea monuments, the temples. Sorry, because I can have water breathing and I have the equipment to really go in there and make a mess of the bosses and then find the room with all the gold blocks and then mine all the gold blocks out. So I literally just have to get one of those and I can get tons of gold. Yeah. Only Chod or his parents. Oh man, I wish them a best of luck and just, yeah, keep them in my prayers too. It is hard to lose people that way. water. Emerald. Good. Done. Golden carrot. This is my man up to. Okay. Instead, that will just pull it up. Yeah, this will just ensure we have everything that's connected by bridges, but the mountains are small though, so jump off. It is just sad that a person has had to come to that point in their life, man. But yeah, another good reason always to be good to people in general and just reach out to people. You never know who might actually be in need and just unable to tell you. Who's my man up there? What is missing around people's houses? I've had a few complaints. That's right. We will not worry about it. It's not too much of a major. It was somewhat fun. That's okay. Well, I hope they can find closure, man. For their sakes. Okay. That away for now. That away and that away. I'm basically loaded up with just the stuff. Hey, not there, man. There is better. Huh, little buddy just ran off again. You can only sleep at night. Where's the sun at? We do need to sleep tonight before I go adventuring out to try and find another sniffer egg. But I can't see the sun, so who knows? Who really knows? Buddy, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna move you a bit. I'll be sleeping out here in the rain, man. You can come and kick it in the lobby or something. Come and sleep up here at least. I put it there back in the day because that actually had a purpose, because when they started coming across the river, they wouldn't come up this far. So I started building more beds up and up and up, and then they all of a sudden just moved up here, and now there's like, yeah, tons of them everywhere. See them just harassing people standing around, going, ha. So, yeah. One of those oddities here with the game. Okay, so we're not quite at midday yet, so I can still... The price should be alright. I've had this thing for like 5 hours. And it hasn't really busted out. So how's my armor looking? Oh, my pants is about to snap off. See if I can put some enchantments on the rest of the stuff and prepare for a little outing again. In case I have to fight underwater beasts, I want to not be the one guy there with not enough to do so. Sorry, little villagers. Okay, so this way. Oh, there goes my controller. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen, so I decided to keep some spare batteries close at hand. I've actually been waiting for these ones to die off because they were kind of getting along. So let's hope we get some goodies tonight, because I could really do with some goodies. And out 9. Yeah, that'll do. Unbreaking. That's fine. What do we get? Unbreaking. Ever falling and unbreaking. Fair enough. Actually, this is the brewing box. This is where people should be brewing stuff. I was just doing it over there because I was... Yeah, I had no real good reason. I was just kind of lazy with it. No. No, the doors are still working. If it's so cold where I am. Fair enough. It's cold here as well. Very dry and cold tonight. Yeah. That's right, tomorrow morning I don't have to get up early, so it's going to be great. I really hope tomorrow's going to be like freezing cold, so that I can literally just go, it's cold, and then roll over and just go back to sleep. There's nothing better than when you don't have to do anything and it's freezing cold, because you don't have to do anything and you can just literally roll over and go to sleep. Okay, don't think I need anything else. I'll probably take a bucket with me. 4 reasons. Unknown. Still nothing else. I've got X's, but basically a whole 9 yards of everything else I need, and I've got 10 loads of bread. So now it's really a case of waiting here for the sun to get ready to go to bed, and then we are ready to rock and roll. Damn, you guys are making more villagers. This place is already basically one giant bed. I don't think we need to make you guys make more. I know they've actually moved upstairs, so I need to put more beds on those apartments, which I still need a theme for them. And I actually want to make farms here as well, basically. From basically here. Drop it down. Basically turn this all into farm. I know they would love it, so... be a cool idea, because that's why I was thinking on this floor, do that. On this floor, I was also actually thinking of doing it, because here we could actually make a farm straight through the whole middle section here. That was Mill's old house. He actually did a really cool design. Get all these, like, secret room areas that lock and all sorts of junk here. He has a lot of stuff to still useful to carry out of here, levers and doors and plants and bits and pieces. So yeah, the redstone definitely is those very useful. But he had a little apartment here, all the doors set up. But yeah, I thought this area could basically be slapped up for an area and then aquarium on one of these other ones, but that is builds for another day. Today, not so much. And this has to be fixed as well. This now has to actually... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, my throat is dry. It is freaking dry. I'm used to living in the swamp, and now I'm like living in a desert. I feel myself drying out and dying. What is my man doing? So, yeah, once that is done, then we will head off and start our adventure. Where are we? Yeah, we're getting close. Stare into the sun. Oh, sun. Down you go, buddy. I'm gonna jump on somebody else's bed. Like a communal sleeping hall here in the train station. I want to really know how you guys keep standing on the outside. There was one on that side. I had to knock him off to get him back through because I knocked a hole in the windows and then he ran the other way and I'm like, great. Whee. Oh, you're gonna stay out there. You will be used as bait for the sky demons. Okay, time to hit the hay so that in the morning we can get ready, get up, and go and try to find an ocean. A warm ocean, by the way. I just don't know anymore. Or don't have an idea. I kind of did this last week. It was really right near the end. But I was, put it this way, I was so half asleep by the end of the 5 hours that I basically did a U-turn out in the ocean, came back, and was like, who the hell built this giant building? It looks like my building. I need to realize a little bit later on that it was actually my building, and I was just staring at the apartment block from a distance. I don't know how that didn't, like, click. Fiji, I gotta go. All good, Fiji. It was good to have you here again, man. So awesome, and come back again. So yeah, people, it's time to, if you guys can sleep, please, then we can really get back onto this so that I can start the travels out. And if I do spend more than the 3 days out there, then, yeah, I'm not going to get attacked by the sky demon. I know they're called wraiths. I'm well aware, but I just call them sky demons because they truly are sky demons, and one of the most horrific mobs to deal with when I'm traveling long distances, especially when I'm doing like 30,000 block challenges where I'm literally just walking out, exploring, seeing what cool and interesting things we can find on a 30,000 block walk, and I have done 4 of those now, and yeah, it's kind of wild. I will, however, next week when we have the free-for-all server, I will probably have a session where I will just walk, as I know with the free-for-all stuff, it is most likely to end in a brawl, and I want to kind of get around it. Please sleep, guys. I really just don't want to be attacked. Especially not when I'm out in the water trying to find something and then just get mauled from above. I wonder what the next mob is that they would bring into Minecraft. Um, Specifically enemy mobs. I know the new mobs are obviously the camels, which is excellent, and the sniffers, which we are hopefully soon going to find a egg for. So we're just waiting for the last person to go to bed. So yeah, once we have that ready, we set sail out the other side, and this time, as I speculated, use the night vision juice and then be able to clearly see everything and just dig and find everything I need. Thank you guys. Awesome. So, time to jump out, go on adventure. I really can't believe it's taken me this long to find sniffer eggs. Because they were supposed to spawn in warm ocean zones. And I went through a very, very large amount of one of the two large desert areas that we are aware of on this map. And we went through most of it, and I found some places to dig, but I found no eggs. So I'm not sure if those were just kind of broken because, that actually can go there. There's potion of water breathing, potion of... So yeah, no luck there. And then somebody else told me as long as I was in one of the oceans where there was just sea, like little seagrass, no kelp. So I'm assuming there was a lukewarm oceans. He said he found multiples in those types of zones. So I went looking in those types of zones and really just still could not quite find it. We went through quite a few places. Fingers crossed. And if one of you awesome people have found it and know the secret to it, please do share so that I can start collecting. I need two so that we can breed some for the village and everybody who wants to have one and can have their own little sniffer to hang around their base. We did that with the camels the first night, about 4,500 blocks that way. There is a very large desert because that's where we originally spawned and started on this map. But now we can actually see what the hell is going on down there. Which is actually very beautiful because, man, trying to look through and see what's down there is sometimes just a nightmare. There's something out there. Although there is that there. There's a shipwreck here that I didn't even know about. I've gone through this ocean area a few times. Quite a few times. And the game loaded some new stuff in here and made it really strange. It's like underwater waterfall areas now. Very dangerous too. Although you could, what I've thought about doing anyway, is finding one of these patches and then just building in there and living in it. Mainly for the fact that those zones have air in them, so it's really strange. So you could just live down there. Just have a whole boat just parked up down there. So we're looking for ocean ruins. What are we looking for? I know this would probably be lukewarm water. This is not the green hot oceans that we are looking for, but yeah, all the coral oceans I know of, I've searched and that was just not good. And the ones out that way is very, very tiny from what I remember. They were seriously small. Assuming we're going to probably have to travel some distance out into the unknown, hopefully. The unexplored, which is really problematic, because I didn't want to explore too far out, and people explored out, and then I'm like, well, you know what, I want to actually explore a little too. If you're not building in this game, then I feel the next best thing is to just go for a walk. Go out there and really take your time to see the place. But yeah, I explored 30,000 blocks out each way. North, south, east and west, on basically following the compass points, going towards the sun, going towards the setting sun. And then basically going out the left of the village and then going out the right of the village. And yeah, there were some good finds. Some very interesting finds. First one was that way, 30,000 blocks. Complete ship hovering above the water, which was really nice. And right around the corner from it, there was actually a whole village as well. Right on this tiny little outcrop at the bottom of a hill, sticking out into this little ocean part. It was very, very cool to see that. Damn game. Really didn't care about loading some ocean ruins into the zone. Ah, keep looking. This is the perfect place to really look for it. And now that my eyesight is not getting destroyed. What these? Another area we explored underwater was, again, pretty jam-packed with stuff. What's it? That would go through ocean. And that is frozen, so that will bode well. I have 6 8-minute underwater potions. So I am planning to find a zone where there's lots of activity underwater and try and make the most of those 8 minutes rather than literally just turn it into a scenario where I'm doing 8 individual dives. I would still do it. I just prefer to. Not actually being out this way, so I'm hoping that this way is the way. There you go, buddy. Going nutty. Very nutty. I would say it's like driving on ice, but that is basically what I'm doing. So that would be redundant and even saying. But explaining it makes it even more redundant, doesn't it? Being quietness at this point is the better option. Okay, that is definitely... What? My boat go? Okay. Oh, there it is. I think this night vision potion is more poison than potion. Actually making me go blind. I think you're going for scaring me there. Yeah, I actually want a place where I can see water. In liquid form, preferably. I know there's oceans out here. First night vision potion. Time to run dry. Row, buddy, row. We found a village. That's cool. Really more hoping to find a desert rather than these heavy snow biomes. I know when I follow the setting sun, I ran into a zone which was really, really cool. Don't get me wrong, it was really, really cool. But it was massive. This was probably over 5,000 blocks that I traveled. There was just snow, and I just kept going. It was one of the largest snow biomes, or frozen hellholes I gotten into because it just never ended. Like this place, it just feels never ending, and you guys seem extremely agitated again. I don't really want to deal with this. It's going to not. Just want ocean, man. First one missed. That is also frozen tiger. But we have found mesa, and the mesa's out that side. But those mesas, from what I remember going through those areas, because it was all basically mesa mountain. So it's like where we live, but except think mesas, right? And basically none of them at all was near water. There was one place I did remember where it was near the ocean, and I remarked about the fact that it was near the ocean, but it was more like a medium pond, and it actually was a coral sea, but it was really tiny. It was like maybe this patch here. That's how big it was. So nobody was, getting super overly excited. And there is a lot of them villages on this place. the frozen tiger plains. There's actually a chance that we'll run across trails out here, by the way. There's definitely Trail Valley. Any of the tiger zones is actually trail valleys. I have steel boots on. I need to have leather boots if I really want to go running around here and not fall in. But this, because it's plains, there are basically just mud or soil, frozen soil layers, not other stuff. I think we should mostly be okay. And let's teleport again. What are you doing that you need constant teleporting, man? I really think you should just walk where you need to be. Oh, you're out of data storage space in Microsoft to save your progress. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It's being saved. Please do not turn off your device. Oh, okay. I didn't know we had a limit. Yeah, sorry, we ran out of space and the game kind of crashed. Yeah. It's 800 meg, so which other ones? I will. I think that one doesn't even sync. That is kind of problematic. That doesn't really get that big because I have multiple other worlds that I did. No, I don't want you to sync the data. I actually just want it. I'm trying to delete this thing. We're going to be corrupt. Okay, so I can't get to these ones, or what's up with it? There. That is what? Is there a way of deleting old worlds without actually being able to access them? Okay, well, now it's creative. I'd love to go into the settings and just delete out what I don't need. But I also feel like that might up. Yeah, none of these ones I'm feeling safe for bringing over. That's gonna. The challenges won't grow any bigger because I already have it. Okay, let me see if I can quickly fix this guy. Sorry about that. It's a new one. 2 saves. No space. Well, it says it's still got 1.2 on it. Let's see if there's a way to actually push them out. And there's a problem loading this world. Well, I don't want to hear that really game. I think I have broken Minecraft. Let's just give it a moment and let's hope that world isn't completely screwed. Because if we lose that world, I'm just going to absolutely cry and die because there has been hundreds of hours poured into this place to make it look really cool for everybody. Should be now enough space. Although you say there's like 1.2 gigs still available. Okay, I think everybody can come back now. At least the game was kind of nice enough not to kick me in the teeth there. Well, yeah. Mind blown. Mind blown. So we learned something new. Well, gold is still here, so it hasn't corrupted, so... Whew. That was tense. That was definitely one of that. Ah. Sorry, buddy. I was just seeing if you had one of those. Houses that had a bread in it for me. Because these places are notorious for bread. I always find a bread in these little snowy shacks. But all I actually want is water, and all I can not find is water. Or chests with bread in it. Find plenty of things that I have no need to find. Everywhere. On ocean. I went too far to that side. We're turning into one of these journeys again. All to find a single ocean that I can explore. Because the ocean, if you follow the setting sun, yeah, I basically went through most of those areas. So now I am chasing up. Okay. There's another village. Oh, not so much water as I need to see. One day we will find water. Celebrate. Ow. Paddle straight across and hope I can paddle faster than that zombie can run. Thank you, dirty animal. I was kind of hoping you'd blow up and save me a little here. Make you everybody's problem now. This is really painful, by the way. Okay. Get out of that zone. There's a village here, so I will not stop till I get there. If there's a bug, it could be a bug, it could just be this. I have no idea. There's still 2.1 gig open, so I'm assuming because it's trying to fit that. I don't know. I will have a look at it tomorrow and see exactly what the real pain of this is. Doesn't say do you have anything in there, but you barely have a place to sleep in there. Oh, here we go. We go from snow to not snow, and we have a snowy hole inside of a non-snowy zone. That is actually cool. That means if I find water here, we should be good. And I want to slap out that chunk of gold up there for more carrot making. And all propels on breaking boss protection. Come on, son. I'm counting on you to rise. Do I have anything to actually reach that high? I don't. And is this a new thing? I'm asking because so much of the portals that I find now is very large to absolutely humongous. I'm just wondering if that is a more recent thing that has come out because I have played the game over time and I do never remember seeing portals the size of some of them. I think the biggest one I came across was about 16 blocks tall, and I don't know how wide it was. I didn't actually measure the width, but it was decently good. Sand there. Sand means goodness, because sand means either ocean or beach. Both things mean possible place for me to get out. Ah, my friend. Savior. If nowhere and nothing else, usually the blacksmith will have. I will now leave this town in a rapidly quick succession to try and force the game to spawn more things that I'm after. There's water here. Are we close to major water or are we just doodling around ponds? This still feels pondish, though it looks like a river that way. Problem. Well, might be a small problem. And then other problems. Okay, I was right there. You cannot get through there. Okay, this. Where are you, ocean? What are you? Singular cherry blossom. I haven't actually found major ones. There's actually one near us. Normal village, abandoned village. We're riding this river. Hopefully it spills out into an ocean. And we get back on the trail of egg hunting. I have the sneaky suspicion that it can be one. Yeah, I was thinking suspicion if I get one, I'm going to find a lot more really quickly. Can one of you TP? Where do you want to go? Oh. Where are you wanting to go? Oh, yes. Where do you want to go to? Asset. Let's do this so my man can find a peace in his heart. I'm not sure what he is doing again. It's usually up to something. Wow. There's cherry blossoms up there. Okay, we're at least staying in the river system. So I am seriously assuming that we are gonna hit an ocean. Hopefully. Town here. Really look for food, but still worried about food. Ah, there's the ocean. Okay, we are going to stop for food here. The villagers will provide for me. I know they will. And as far as I know, I haven't actually gone on this way at all, so whatever we discover out there should be new discoveries altogether. Which is... tons of potatoes in it. We want to spend time cooking potatoes and more of the looting the village for what it has and dealing with it later. Looting the food from the village is not going to harm them, so let's put it at least that way. I would not do something that would harm the village and or the villagers. But I could really do with some food. What's this place? Huh. I've never seen one of these before. A new building for me. Huh. Nice. Very nice. Okay. We have ocean. We have a village on that side too, so we can kind of sail in that direction so we can keep our food stocks up and ready. This water does look kind of bluish though. But if this place was previously unexplored and unfounded, then hopefully this thing is just gonna spawn and spam full of all the things we need. This seems to be a part of it, so this is definitely gonna stop diving around here. Oh no, that's a boat. Chunklet that's crashed straight down. Sometimes the ocean fortresses, there's one. Ocean monument chunklets can be a little hard to English, but right. Ah, ho ho. We get a hoe. Yes. Actually, pretty common in these spots to find hoes. And a gold chunklet. And a shard. Have to go all around. And I forgot to bring my damn shovel again. Hey. That's what you really need here is a shovel. Yeah, hoes, wheat, and that type of thing is something I too often find in these zones. But I'm not worried. That is a good sign. Or at least in an area where I can start doing more than paddling my boat. And yeah, doing this is basically like cheating. I love it. As I speculated, this would be what it would be like. And then somebody else said, yeah, they were using this exact same method of diving and digging. And that's how they found all their stuff very, very quickly. I was like, cool, screw it then. That's what I shall do. And then I started bringing the stuff and happier. I think I could be happier, truly, if I found a sniffer egg. That would be the crowning achievement, the best part of 10 hours. This is a geode. What looks, from this view, looks like a geode. Could also be a temple. Could also be a broken bit of something or other. At this point, I'm going to say geode. Sandy bottoms. That is cool. That looks geode-ish. Broken ship. Temple, which I don't want to mess with because I don't want to. I'm happy to slaughter everything in there, but I'm not really going for the slaughtering. I'm just going to mostly avoid it and just see what's there. Hopefully not anger the things in there so I get cursed with the spoon. Because I can't actually do excavations because my usefulness has become turned to nothingness. Sea is, seeing all this sand is definitely making me happy. That is a very good sign in my opinion, but what do I really know? Upside down ship. I would go for it and kill the thing and take the loot for myself and just, oh, you're out of data storage. Micro's unable to save. Maybe there is a limit to what it will save. Is being weird tonight. Like I said, all of this area I've gone to is basically new stuff. So this is enough space. I can't delete my old unsynced worlds. I can't even uninstall that. Because that I would happily take off the map, but none of these worlds I can really get to. Yeah, that is true. Let's see if I uninstall some of the other stuff. Maybe there is some sort of small glitch somewhere in the system. I've got like a lot of these texture packs and stuff, but I don't think you can uninstall them, can you? Texture packs are just download. Don't even see that one as downloaded. Although I actually did download them. So if we go to shops, I have no idea. Settings, see if there's anything about I don't have ambition. I'm very scared of doing anything that actually screws my other stuff. Storage. Worlds. Temple. Alright, so maybe in here. Yeah. That world is actually on another place, so nothing I can really do about it. World templates. Yeah, that can go. No, I was trying to make some space for this. Oh, hang on. Texture. I might actually use the texture packs. Texture packs are cool. Not really cool. Well, that should technically clear up a hell of a lot of space. Give me another 400 megs. Expo space like hard drive. I think it's the space allocated within this thing. Because my Xbox has another 140 gigs, yeah, over 100 gig. And the game should, it says it has 2.1 gigs still open. So I'm assuming maybe within this thing. But come on, game. Right, let's do it like before we quit. Make sure it closes. Now we hope that the Mojang Studio peoples are feeling gracious towards us and just allow me to load straight into this game without telling me I have to cry. But I don't know if there is a limit to, and that's fine. Oh, haha, thank you for that potion. It's my boat though, game. You despawned my boat, didn't you? There's nothing floating. Alright, boat's gone, but I am not crying. I just deleted 400 megs, so we should be able to do 400 meg more exploring, which should be a lot of exploring. But I suppose, yeah, at some point if the world gets too crazy large, then it will be a case of buy some other stuff. Yeah, I'll send you that invite, man, sorry. Hopefully we will have no further crazinesses tonight. That is enough craziness for one night for me. Yeah, this should hopefully be enough. 12 planks, one of these sticks. Oh, this guy just runs up to me to come and attack me. You here. Double. Okay. Row the hell out of here. Okay. Never mind. I'll send you another one. There's a chest there. I think it's just sitting there waiting to be pillaged. I don't know what I'll actually get because paper. Might as well check the other chest as well. Other chest. Sweet. Okay. Off on Sniffer Egg Adventure Part 2. Although not really Part 2 because there's many more parts. Geode. Night vision is running out. Let's just put water breathing on that one and that one. And night vision enabled. There'll be anything in here, is there? Brand spanking new ungenerated zone. And we are desperately trying to find this one. But well, this is a tropical ocean because those are, or warm ocean because those are tropical fish. Sorry. So technically, if we can find a place to excavate in the zone, we're more than happy days. Would be literally the perfect place to find. That fish indicates everything I want to see. Other than obviously the place that I need to dig in. But apparently, that tropical fish for days. Not a single place worth wasting my breath. Brand new ocean to explore, so got some time here. I bought extra night vision. Ship minus masks. Ocean monument. We need the ruins. That's what I need. I need all the other types of things to dive and dig. Being a somewhat wide berth. And this is at least an easier way to do this. Wow, okay. That's kind of close to each other. I've never actually seen them that close. I've seen them pretty close, but that definitely takes the closeness cake and turns it into one. Remember that other one I found was really broken. Ah, yes. 3 sites to dig, and of course it has to be farting distance of that. There's nothing there. I thought there was something there. It's right there. Oh, there's something there. It's just not what I thought it was. There. I'm happy to see this. Oh, yes, that's an egg. Yes. Yes, we found it, people. I don't even, fuck. No, water breathing potion. Oh, yes. He has found the mythical bloody sniffer egg. So. Yes. Oh, 10 hours of pain and suffering. Well, I want more than one, because I need to breed the bloody things. Yeah, so the pain is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. It is only just begun. Let it be a second one. What? Oh no, it's a hoe. And a hoe. It was like these were underwater, like, buildings in the middle of fields. But yes, 1 egg. We shall have a single sniffer. And we have another shard piece that came out. Come on. Come on. But the other good point is this is not the only building in the zone. There's an emerald. Next time I will, though, bring some more back up. Yeah, you also have to dig around the outside. And unsurprisingly, by the way, they always tell you, like, oh yeah, all the, like, you will always easily be able to see all the things you need to see. I will tell you now that it's a lie. Not all the sand actually shows up the way it should show up. Like some of the sand, you can clearly tell if you dig there, you're going to get something. But most of the sand, you have no idea. Now my one problem is I don't know what to do with the egg. I didn't think I was going to get this far. It's like, I got the egg. What do I do with the egg? Well, no. Do not want it. Kind of dive into here now. Not all these places actually have anything either. This is apparently the place to be. And there's 2 more buildings inside. Yeah, I was hoping to see red. That's what you really always hope for, is to see red. Red equates to that beautiful sight. This one should have something. That one you could clearly tell was a little messed up. Some of them definitely don't lay the right texture, so you always dig them, just brush them. Yeah, that one, not so much. Brush is starting to kind of messed up. Night vision is failing. I'm not worried about that at this stage. I'm not too worried about you. Or weirdness hovering around. I am a little concerned of my brush quality. I thought I would get further. But I may have misjudged how much. Oh, there we go. Number 2. Oh, yeah. There we go, people. How quick was that? One dive, 2 sniffer eggs. All about the zone you dive in, apparently. And me just diving in all the wrong zones. Yeah, I don't want that. I also now just really want to get out of here. Now's actually the best time to die, so that I just have to deal with things more. Yeah, we've got inventory keep on, so. Come on, do your job then. Can't believe 1 spot, 2 eggs. 1 spot, 2 eggs. There. while this thing is beating at me up. Thank you. Back in my bloody base, far away from you animals. Let me just quickly read before I do this wrong. I will literally die if I have to screw this up. Minecraft. Yeah. Okay. Ordered. How do you open a sniffery? If you have a sniffery, you just have to place it as a block to hatch. It takes about 20 minutes for the egg to hatch. However, you can speed up the process by placing it on a moss block, which reduces the time needed in half. See, there we go. We learned lots of things. We need a moss block, and that reduces the time in half. A moss block. Should have had moss blocks. Yeah. A lot of moss blocks groweth feet again. I think of so. I have one moss block downstairs. Asa, do you have any spare moss blocks? Well, check out here. There might actually be some in this chest as well. AF. Hard AF. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to break the door. I'm just trying to get inside. No, I don't have need for that potion at the moment anymore, so we're just going to toss those back into the kettle. Oh, I pulled up a junk. So much stuff it needs to actually move back to the other side. What was that? Snort. Pottery. Honor. Shelter. Those are different ones. I know somewhere we had some. Yes, a solid boss block. I has one moss block. Might be more in that one chest. I'm trying to use every ounce of my brain to come up with where all the moss blocks have gone, because I actually brought a whole bunch of extra ones back from my previous expedition to the mountain range. Ah, I found them. I has found them. Ah. I think we need to build a sniffer enclosure, and I think I want to do it with the 10 minutes that they will apparently take to do their thing. But I think it would be a cool place to do it is basically camp off that section there between the low points, and then out here, and then this would be basically their zone. And ran off. But I also found some. Sorry. Thank you. Not that I should do that, but Oh, look at that. Apparently I like that. So yeah, we're gonna need fencing. I don't want them just to wander around so much they end up getting lost. I don't know how you do anything with them, so. Sand. Sand can be baked into glass, but glass doesn't help me. The stick helps me. Well, doesn't help me either. Lots of sticks. Take all the sticks. Just in case. No wood. This is what I need, is the wood, so that I can hold oak planks. We need fencing. We want those situations where I'm just going to build fences and then hope that we have enough. And I can answer that now. No, we do. I really don't want these things to wander too far. Kind of a bad place. I'll just make it so they can't get up here. I'll just make an enclosure here for now. It's small enough that they can just kind of stay in here. Not straight either. We will have to do some proper work down here to ensure this is A, within a match of the zone, and B, actually everything we need. You have wood, you have some. Plenty of planks, so. Actually, not what I wanted to do anyway, but hey, there we go. This will still work. Okay. Yeah, this will just be a temporary thing. This is really ugly. But hey, 2 sniffer eggs trumps anything for a temporary build. Lucky I had some spare wood in there. So, then make a gate. I'm assuming they're not going to get out through that there. I'll just use the old unblock technique here. Be able to get in and out. Absolutely that. I don't know if they're going to be able to get up here, so do that. Boom. Fair enough. Wait. Oh look, there's already cracks starting to form in this thing. Well, I don't really want to be too far away from these things when they hatch. I'm very keen on observing this thing. This is one of the last few things that we need to actually deal with and get to say that we have done everything in the new update. Maybe a proper trial, whatever trail would be cool too. Like just so, yeah. And now we just sit here and watch paint dry. I don't know if we can steer this stuff or how we... I have lead. I think I have some. Do my man have some leads down here? I'll give him the end replacement. I'll give him this back. I'm gonna put one back upstairs. Did I or did I not? Alright, that's... You guys better not hatch before I get back. Like my luck, I'll turn my back and I'll pop out of their freaking eggs. And now we can have a chance of finding the new plant types as well, because to breed them, you need torch flowers. And they can sniff out torch flower seeds. They can also, by the way, sniff out... Where's that one? Oh, that one's just started cracking. That's what I heard. Exciting times, people. They can find the torch flowers, and then there's also the pitcher plant seeds that we may discover. So, now we sit and wait. I'm too excited for this. It's been, yeah, I would say close to 10 hours of searching to find the right ocean. And tonight, minus all the major weirdness, we got it going. It does bring me back to that whole thing of what mob would you want to see in a future Minecraft update if it was up to you. I think in the high mountain regions that's really dry, so like maybe the Mesa plateaus, if we could see chinchillas there, that would be freaking awesome. I have been lucky enough in my life to own chinchillas. I'm not talking about the cats, I'm talking about the rodent. They are literally the best thing with fluff. And they have the softest fur in the world. It's the densest coats. God. Come on. I should have had a timer on so I could check this. Spick the cracks. Get a jump scare, you zoom into the thing, and it just pops out of its shell. That would pay. That's been so damn close to the thing. Come on. Come on out of your eggs. I'm interested to see you. But yeah, 2 eggs, 1 zone. So that's what the other guy told me is, he went into those areas and he found just a whole bunch of them. Oh, there we go. Our first sniffer is out. Look at him. What's up, my man? Can I, like, ride you? You can leash them. Yeah. Oh, we have 2 now. And I realized something else. Actually, really bad. These things are low enough to actually get out. I am using anything I have here to stop them from getting out. You guys make really horrific noises. I love the nostrils. Got 6 legs. Yeah, I think they found a block that they're trying to break through. I think that one got through. Okay, they have just enough blocks. Yeah, these guys are really, really little. They're only 1 block high, but yeah, look. 6 legs. We're on each side. How weird. I definitely want to destroy that out of here. You guys want to eat this anyway. We need to try and take him somewhere. Pop this block off. Look at that one. Trying to be too smart for his own good here. Take that away from you. Come, buddy. You're coming on a journey with me. There we go. Your friend, on the other hand, will remain in his cage for now. Just drag him a little bit. Okay, I'm going to just follow him. Even the pig's like bullying him. Don't be rude. Yeah, I know you have never seen this. You probably heard like your ancestors talk stories about the giant 6-legged, strange-nosed platypus walking lick your lock. Musk ox. The ultimate. Hello and welcome back to the game lounge. How are you doing? It's good to have you here with us. You found something, buddy? Did you find something? I'm not supposed to. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to dig it out itself. But I'm not. I don't speak sniffer, so it's a little. We got a bit of a language barrier thing going on here. That is a weird creature. And how are you doing today, Ultimate? I do. I want to head to bed. All good. Thank you so much for tuning in, Asset, and thank you again for purchasing that membership and the donations. It is very, very kind of you and is very, very much appreciated. Otherwise, stay safe, have a better one, and catch you in the next stream. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so stand close or not stand close. These are just chumming. I'm surprised the bees aren't just flying up there. Come on, Sniffy. Yes, I don't know if the sniffer digs out the stuff himself or not. Well, the sniffer's ancient blah blah digs out the ground. Thing. Call me CJ, sub CJ. I was just reading to make sure this thing will actually dig out stuff itself. Yeah, I'm like holding you, buddy. I'm right here. Can't actually ride the thing. I haven't actually tried. I don't think you're gonna eat this, man. You are just the kind who does like. Oh, there's a massive snort there. What was that about, man? You alright? Well played. Much. Well, how is it? It is great, man. We have finally tonight, after many, many, many hours, gotten our hands on sniffer eggs and hatched them. That's great. The cherry blossom biomes are awesome. This one is one we've bought. It's not one that's naturally grown here. The trails, I haven't had much luck with them yet. I need to go far enough out to find a new zone to get them. But everything is awesome. Hey, well, yeah. I actually found 2 of them in one area. I'm watching my 6-legged dog basically doodle around and find some seeds. I still want to know why it has 6 legs. I find that strange. And they're very little. I thought they would have been bigger. I don't think it's ugly. I think it looks cool. Like a musk ox with a bull. That's what it looks like. What do you keep looking at me for, man? They grow to be bigger. Okay. Well, his friend is for now left in the pen. Yes? I just need to kind of stand back and watch him. Don't interfere too much. You can grow up like sheep, camel. Fair enough. These baby sniffers are just kind of doing their thing here. a little bit of space. Again, it's a 6x6 block empty. I think finding seeds is going to be a long, slow, painful process. I'm going to check up on your buddy. I don't think he dug out anything. Okay. Still missing. I know if I leave them out here, they'd probably just wander off. Somehow manage to find their way into a place they shouldn't be. Like hide behind a tree, like play peekaboo with the damn thing. Seems to be going back into the zone, so maybe he has picked up the scent of one of the ancient seeds. On one hand, I do hope that he actually just finds one of the pitcher plants, because I think it would look really cool to have, right? But on the other side, finding what's this weirdness there? But on the other hand, getting the torch flower would mean that I could breed these two, and then we could start having a few more of them so that I don't have to go hunt for any more eggs. Although if I need to find eggs, I will go back to where I was. Don't worry about me, but I'm not here. Look at my shield. Unless we're gonna have so many that this whole area is just covered in them, but I don't think that is even widely possible. The amount of zone that you would need to have them free roam is kind of insane. Just make sure you leave these guys alone, man. I'm not spending another 10 hours finding more eggs. Ain't gonna mess with the thing. Come on, buddy. They don't eat bread. Not a duck. And they look like a duck. They eat torch flowers. And we need to leave it to get torch flower seeds. But I'm staying close so if something comes around, like you, that I can deal with the problem. Keeps coming back this way, like he has picked up the scent of something in the zone. But it just doesn't want to dig. Not yet. Yeah, man, you keep doing your thing. Alright, don't put these things there. Shut up, sheepy. Ugh. It is truly a strange animal. But I do really like this route that they're going down of the ancient civilization who used to live here. And this is one of the ancient creatures that used to live there as well. It does really open up a it really does open up a significant option for them to continue down this track of adding oddly created creatures. Okay, chicken. See if we can spawn another chicken. Oh, buddy. Cool. You felt lonely and sad. Ah. What's up? Yeah, it's just me following you close around. There's this little eye. That I think it might just actually be freaking blind. it is literally like fully headbutting the block before taking a step upwards. So I want to see what it looks like because I think they said it can take like a few minutes before we'll find anything. But I am not letting these things out of my sight. Although I want to go check up on the other one. You just stay put, man. I want to cast a quick eye on. You're still doing it. I should actually bring him out too. This makes a bit of a pain when I have to wrangle both of them. Come on. Brakes. Go. Come on, buddy. Get you too. They're not the brightest creatures around either. The hell do you want to go that way? Come this way. Come on. Why is there so many blocks in my way? Oh, this guy's not getting out of here anytime soon unless I literally put a rope around his neck. No, he is not budging. He's also not the brightest. Come on then. Come on. Come on. Let me go see where your buddy is. I actually need to get another lead. What I would like to have is so many of these things just wandering around that I don't have to do this. Give them a little more time to see if the two of them can come up with something a little more useful than nothing. Yeah, this overly grown thing, I don't see that happening in any of the areas. You definitely didn't discover anything in my absence either. Yeah, it's still me. Stop sniffing me. Find torchflower seeds, please. I beg of you. we're gonna breed enough to just let them free roam here, I'd be absolutely happy with that. But until that point, I think they will, they put. And yeah, these ones I also know you can't breed them, but I think it takes like 5 minutes for them to breed. Like you feed them like you do other animals, and then it takes 5 minutes for anything to happen. It's not like the new stuff where everything happens instantly. Do some lawn mowing here, it's a little wild. I want to be that guy in the neighborhood whose lawn is up to his roof. Happy chicken. Come on. These must find something. Have a quick read about the sniffers while these guys are patrolling. So apparently they just aimlessly wander. There's a pessimose that does not spawn naturally. It can only be hatched. Add about an archaeology. It sniffs out and digs seeds for various unique decorative plants out of dirt and moss blocks. Plenty of dirt here. Okay. Couldn't do that. Behavior. Sniffer aimless wanders aimlessly, avoiding hazards and obstacles. They occasionally smell their surroundings and track ancient seeds by pressing their nose to the ground. When they find a seed, they sploot, and they use their nose to dig into the ground until they get torchflower seeds or pitcher pods. The sniffer needs at least 6 by 6 space to sniff out an ancient seed, and after sniffing out the seed, an 8-minute cooldown is activated before it will dig again. That gives you an idea. The sort of pain we will go through. So yeah, 6 by 6 is quite a broad area. Yeah, I'm now a sniffer wrangler. New position to add to all my others. Yeah, these guys are just you're walking around in circles and not really doing much. But that is about as much as they're supposed to do, apparently. I'm gonna take one of you back. Maybe you. Yeah, I know, you don't like it. I don't like this either. This is the reality of life. Until you find ancient seeds and I can eat well. Until such point it is, what's this? See, I won't sniff anything out yet. Have anything odd in my inventory. Making sure that I haven't literally found one before. Come on, 6 eggs. Extra legs should make you faster. Where the hell did this go? Wish he went down there. This also where my lead went. Oh, no. Thank you. I think I pulled another villager trap. That's alright too. They need to be trapped in there for a little bit. They can pretend that they are sniffer keepers. But yeah, people, what an awesome night we had. We finally found sniffers. So yeah, with that said, people, I am gonna pull the pin on this one, and we shall sniff again the next time. But as always, thank you so much for your love and support, and thank you for those people who have been going the extra mile, supporting me with memberships and with donations. But if you'd like to support me, then please leave a like, leave a comment, and please do subscribe and follow if you're on Twitch. And yes, if you want to go that extra mile too, on both YouTube and Twitch, memberships are available, as well as all the other things like super chats, super messages, and super thanks. They are all here ready for everybody to use and enjoy. Other than that, peoples, I should go up here. Look cool. Yeah, check out the links in the description. The stuff to my timetable, the stuff to Twitch, on YouTube, and on YouTube is to Twitch. There is also links to the Discord and social media so you can connect with me, because I'm on Discord quite a lot and usually play during the day after streams. So, you know, just spend a bit of time with all the awesome people in the community. So that's your thing. There is always space for you. Always, yeah, there's also the Xbox wishlist if there's a very specific game you would like to donate to play. Well, with that said, people, I hope you all have a blessed weekend and have very, very awesome times, and be all ready for next week to do more awesome things. So I look forward to spending more time with you guys in the next session of Minecraft. See you guys in the next stream.